What's up, maniacs? My name is Mex. I'm a wrestling fan, a wrestling enthusiast, a WrestleManiac if you will, and today we are talking about what is next for Daniel Bryan. Now, unless you are living under a rock, you will know that Daniel Bryan is on his way out of WWE. His contract has come up, it has ended, and this is not storyline, this is the goddamn truth. Daniel Bryan's a free agent and WWE are acting frantically to try and re-sign him, but Daniel Bryan is looking like he may want to go elsewhere. He's not looking to stick around in WWE. So we are going to kind of talk about today what his options are, what the dream scenario could be, and what the real reality of the situation may be as well. And then of course I want to hear what you guys have to say down below in the comments, whether it's a dream scenario that Daniel Bryan does XYZ from now on with his wrestling career, or maybe he does what the reality is, which I'm going to share with you in just a second. Of course, as always, if you are new to the channel, right here at WrestleManiac UK, I discuss all things that's WWE and AEW. So if this sounds like the place for you, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you get notified each and every time I drop a new video. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. What is next for Daniel Bryan? So like I said, there are two key scenarios here, I would say. Maybe a third, which we will touch on. The dream and the reality. And the dream for me is we get the tour of the indies, the tour of everywhere else. MLW, AEW, Impact, ROH, New Japan Pro Wrestling. We get Daniel Bryan going everywhere. And I don't want him to really sign to any one place. I want him to be a freelancer. I want him to be an independent wrestler and wrestle the very best that these companies have to offer. I'm talking about Zack Sabre Jr. over in Japan. I'm talking about Okada over in Japan. I'm talking about Jonathan Gresham over in Ring of Honor. I'm talking about Kenny Omega over in AEW. And maybe he can come back over to WWE and still have some really big, impactful matches at the big pay-per-views. I would like to see that. So yeah, this dream scenario is a bit of a goodbye tour. You know, he goes and touches on all of these places. One that he's wanted to go to, two that he has been before and made an impact, and he goes and wrestles what are the so-called dream matches that us wrestling fans would love to see. That is a dream scenario. Will it happen? I don't know. Do you want it to happen? Put it down below in the comments and let me hear from you. Now, the reality of the situation is that Daniel Bryan probably wants to step away from WWE and that rigorous schedule so that he can be a dad, so that he can be at home with his two daughters, with his wife Brie Bella, and maybe he doesn't want to be going around everywhere. And we are in the middle of a pandemic still, so that might be involving vaccinations and other kind of viruses and all of that kind of stuff that involves with traveling and moving around a lot. Maybe the reality of the situation is Daniel Bryan is just comfortable staying in WWE on a part-time contract, so reduced hours. We see him maybe just turn up at pay-per-views. We see him maybe working backstage in creative. We've already heard he's already doing some work there. Or maybe we see him coaching down in NXT. Ideally for me, I want to see Daniel Bryan in NXT having some great matches with the likes of Kushida, Pete Dunne, Gargano, Ciampa, maybe over in NXT UK, Tyler Bate, Walter, some brilliant names that Daniel Bryan can really set alight his last few years with. And again, Daniel Bryan part-time, this is something that he's already spoke of that he would kind of like to do, but as well he has spoken about doing the whole working in other places and wrestling in different federations and promotions. So that will be very interesting if we can see maybe a mixture of the both. But yeah, the reality of the situation is maybe Daniel Bryan takes a part-time contract at WWE, the place he knows, where he'll be looked after very well, he'll be paid very handsomely, and he can just sit there with his family earning well, part-time contract, maybe working in creative as well, appearing in matches every now and again. That could be just what he wants at this stage of his career. Last but not least, there could be one other slight little option Daniel Bryan chooses to take, and that may just be retirement. Daniel Bryan is 40 years old and he may just be thinking, with all the injuries, the nearly retirement he had and managed to come back from that it may just be time to hang up his boots. Like, he may think his best days are behind him and he doesn't want to compete anymore. He just wants to be at home and be in a good, healthy state to take care of his two daughters and bring them up. Daniel Bryan may not have any real intention of wrestling at this level ever again, so retirement has to be an option option here. It's the option that none of us want to hear, but Daniel Bryan, with the history of injuries, it is a very real option for him. So those are the scenarios. That is it. Daniel Bryan, is it the dream scenario of the retirement tour, touring the world, having the great matches that we're gonna get from Daniel Bryan from here on out? Or will it be maybe the reality of returning to WWE, possibly in a part-time way, working backstage, maybe coaching, maybe NXT's, pay-per-view matches here and there? Which one do you think it is? Or is it gonna be the dreaded retirement that none of us wanna see? Let me know down below in the comments. For me, I wanna see a mixture of everything. Let it be the final goodbye tour of Daniel Bryan. Let it include WWE, big matches in WWE that we haven't seen before maybe. Let him go and face the very best in AEW, the very best in Impact, and the very best in Ring of Honor where he made his name, the very best in New Japan. That is what I want, and I'm sure many others want, and let him bow out gracefully. I just want this guy to be happy. This is one man in wrestling that definitely deserves to be happy. He's given his all for this business. He's risked his life for this business, and I'm sure his wife just wants him at home to be happy, safe, and to help bring up their 2 little girls. So whatever decision Daniel Bryan makes, I hope he is super happy with it, because that's all that matters at the end of the day. He's pleased us for enough years, let's be completely honest, but we do still want to see a few big matches. Let me know down below in the comments who you want to see Daniel Bryan take on in the future, if he is going to have this indie world tour that we're calling it. And yeah, just let me know your best memories of Daniel Bryan. Also, if you are new to the channel, please remember to hit us with a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified each and every time I drop a new video, and I will see you guys in the next one. WrestleManiac UK signing out, and I'll see you soon.